America the Beautiful United States Quarters series, and these quarters are all about the mountains. So I've got them all stacked up here, and let's kind of go through them. We'll start with this one right here and move these ones a little bit to the side. And there's a bunch of mountains in the American the Beautiful Quarter series, and so we'll just go over them one at a time and see how many we can do. And of course, when we talk about the America the Beautiful series, it's a series of United States quarters. This is, of course, a quarter with George Washington facing to the left, United States of America at the top, Liberty under his chin, $quarter below him, In God We Trust behind him, and P for Philadelphia. As you know, these are a copper nickel clad copper. So if we tip it up, you can see the copper inside and the nickel cladding on the outside. And this is the first of the mountains in the United States of America, America the Beautiful Mountain series. And it's Yosemite. It came out in 2010. And if we tip it up, you can just see how kind of nice it is with the trees. And if you've been to Yosemite, this is a very familiar site here, the climbing wall. California, it says here Yosemite at the top. Here it says E pluribus unum, and then down here it says 2010. So this is the first one that had a mountain on it, and that's Yosemite. The next one we have, again a Philadelphia one, is the 2010 Mount Hood. And this one you see is not quite as worn as the Yosemite and actually looks much brighter and better. And at the top it says Mount Hood, and as many of you know, Mount Hood is in Oregon. It's 2010 here, E pluribus unum. And if we tip it up, we can see that it goes from the lake right out through, engraver's initials right here. Next in the series is the 2011 Olympic National Park or Olympic Mountains in Washington State series. And you can see this one, just beautiful with the caribou here, the Olympic here, and just the trees in the mountains. This might be actually somewhere near the Hoh forest in the Olympic Peninsula. Next in our series of the Mountains for America the Beautiful is this one. And this one used to be a mountain, or it's in the process of no longer being a mountain. That's the Hawaii Volcano series. And this is a 2012. It says Hawaii here. You can see the volcano sending the lava up, and you can see the kind of lava streams coming down the side of the volcano. And this one says Hawaii Volcanoes. And so it's kind of commemorates the national park, the Hawaii Volcano National Park, which I haven't been to, but I would love to go there. This next one is the 2012 Denali, and this of course is in Alaska, and you can see the bighorn sheep here in the front, Denali in the background, just this huge peak, always of course white when you see it, because it is snow covered. And there it says Alaska here, and if we look way down in, we can see some streams and mountains, water seem to be the key for most of the America the Beautiful series. Next up we have the White Mountains, and this is of course my favorite one because I grew up near here. It's in New Hampshire. It's the White Mountain National Forest, and if we look here we see the trees and probably a few little maple trees, which you have in New Hampshire, in Vermont, and Maine, the lakes that go up towards the White Mountains. And over here you see it says New Hampshire in 2013. Next up, now there it is upside down. It's the Shenandoah Mountain Range, and that's in Virginia. You can see a hiker. I believe the Appalachian Trail goes through the Shenandoah Mountain Range, and maybe this is an Appalachian hiker looking out over Virginia. In fact, I don't believe it does. I know that it does. And the Shenandoah River goes down below the mountain range. There we are in Virginia. Next up, we have, this is kind of a funny one. It's not really a mountain, but it's kind of on top of a mountain in Arches National Park. And this is in Utah, and that's the famous arch there in Utah. So I figured I'd include that kind of as a mountain. Now you might have noticed I didn't put the Grand Canyon in because that's really the opposite of a mountain. I mean, there is 5,000 feet of climbing there, but you have to climb down into to climb back out of it. And you'll notice I didn't put Acadia in, which is one of the America the Beautiful coins, even though it does have Cadillac Mountain, which is the first place in the United States that gets the sun, because it's the highest easternmost point in the United States. And so the sun comes up on Acadia in Cadillac Mountain, but it's Acadia National Park. It's not Cadillac. So I didn't put that one in. Next up, what do we got? Well, we got an upside down. Oh, this is my favorite one. I just stuck this in here. It's kind of not really a mountain, but it's the Great Sand Dunes, and they are huge. And so if you look to them, you see, I don't know if they go up 1,000 feet, but they're just huge in Colorado, maybe 2,000 feet. And then all the sand down below them in the river. So again, we have water, we have mountains or sand dunes, and we have some people in this one. This, I think, is one of the first ones we actually had people in. It's a 2014 people in mountains. Next up, the Blue Ridge Parkway. Of course, the Blue Ridge Mountains in North Carolina. This is one of those beautiful spots where it goes through a tunnel. And if you look at it just right, you can actually see all the way through that tunnel to the other side. And this is, if you ever get a chance, you're actually in a tunnel, or under a bridge, I'm sorry, when you are looking through there. If you ever get a chance to drive the Blue Ridge Parkway, you should do it. Just make sure you're taking it easy because it's not a fast route. You kind of have to go slow, and it's so beautiful that you go slower. That's 2015. And then finally, the last of the ones we have today are the Shawnee America the Beautiful Quarter. And it's not really a mountain range either, but you see the beautiful eagle there. It's in Illinois, which people don't equate necessarily with mountains or rock formations, but this is just a beautiful one from 2016. So that's what we have, our kind of mountain series. You'll also notice that I didn't put the Great Smokies in, and you may have noticed that I didn't put Mount Rushmore in. I did a video last week on some coins that I found in my change, and I put Mount Rushmore in that one, so that's good enough for me, especially with the current political climate. Don't want to talk too much about Mount Rushmore, I guess. And that's all of our quarters. And as you see, they go from the earliest ones in 2010 to the latest ones we have here in 2016, but they still kept going. So there are more coming. So look for the America the Beautiful Quarter series. Thanks for joining us, and good luck in coin hunting. And if you want to, you could subscribe to the DC Coin World International Coin channel.